What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bag Talk. A lot of you just came from work, and I know you're tired and probably miserable, and we understand it, and that's why you're in luck. You're here to listen to us tell you today how to escape the rat race, man. The rat race, yo. A lot of us are sick of working, and don't worry, we got the solutions for you. So make sure you stick to the end because we got 5 tips that's going to help you escape the rat race. So without further ado, let's get into it, no?
Yeah, so right now, as always, I'm going to share my screen and you guys will have all the links that we share in the description below so you guys can follow along. But let's get into it. So right off the bat, the first thing we got to talk about is what is this rat race, right? Like how do we describe it? And it's actually really simple. So the rat race, and this is by the dictionary definition itself, it says the unpleasant life of people who have jobs that require them to work very hard. So it acknowledges that we work very hard in order to compete with others for money, power, and status, right? That doesn't sound like something we want to do. It sounds like something we want to escape, something we want to get away from, right? And I know a lot of people feel this way, and it's not an opinion. It's actually, in fact, a fact, right? Because when you look at this was in February 2nd, 2022, which an article came out and said American happiness hits a record low. That's not cool, bro.
It's horrible, bro.
Like, and if you actually read, and all the description is going to be, the links are going to be in the description for you guys. But if you really follow along and listen to this, it's crazy because in 2021, the happiness rating or record, it hit a low from 2020. And then again in 2022, it fell lower again. And I'm sure when they do this again this year in 2023, it's going to be lower because everything we've been experiencing, from COVID to interest rates to inflation to people dying to people losing jobs, it's not fun. But yet we're still forced to go to work. Yeah, it was fun to work from home for a little bit, but now we're right back at it.
Yeah. Now you're making good points too. I didn't even think about like how much things are piling on. Like you said, from debts, COVID, losing jobs. It's a lot, yo, that we experienced in the past few years. A lot.
Yeah, it's obviously not fun, right? And then when you think about it, bro, this is the crazy part. The rat race is the reason why it's so frustrating because we want to live life, right? We're human beings. We want to experience it. We want to live life to the fullest, and we always want to travel. We want to spend more time with people that we love. However, we're living paycheck to paycheck. And once again, this is not an opinion. This is a fact. Literally, shares of American living paycheck to paycheck rises to 63%. And I get it. You might be thinking, yeah, this is people that don't make a lot of money. No, even the shares of 6-figure earners were feeling financially strained, spiked, right? So even if you're making 6 figures, you're still feeling this. Right? So that's another thing. So obviously, this is not something that you want to be involved in. And then we already talked about savings. The only reason I'm bringing this up so I could share it with you guys, it's this link that we shared before. We're clearly not saving that much either. So with all this going on and the rat race being so powerful, we want to give you guys tips on now how to escape the rat race, right? Because there's a way that you can escape it to actually enjoy the life that you want to enjoy. So before we get into that, what I want y'all to do is just please like this video and comment below what you think so far. And also just subscribe to this channel. So before we get into that, please make sure you do this. It's completely free and it makes us really happy. But let's get into it, bro. Let's talk about the first thing these guys could do when it comes to escaping the rat race. What you got from them?
So the first thing to do is to set a goal with actionable steps. And I made sure we set actionable steps because a lot of people set goals and it's just empty. They don't have no actionable plan. And so the goals just sit there and really those are just dreams, right? So we want to make sure that your goals have actionable steps. And the way to do that is to, once you have your actionable steps, you reverse engineer it. So for example, let's say you can pick literally any goal and start with the maximum, like the peak of the goal when you finally get there, and work backwards. So if I said, yo, I want to be a doctor. Okay, what does it mean to be a doctor? Well, then I have to go to medical school. How do I get to medical school? I have to get good grades in my undergrad, right? How do you get good grades in undergrad? I needed a tutor. How do I get a tutor? I need to get in contact with my friend who knows a tutor. Okay, what do I have to do? I have to text my friend. So it's like I literally reverse engineered it back to what can I do right now is text my friend. So we're talking about your ultimate goal is being out there, and it starts with texting your friend. So you could do that for literally any goal you have. So if you know there's a way to escape the rat race, like if you always want to be a business owner, then you have to reverse engineer that. Say, what does it take? All right, I'm going to need an LLC, and literally scale it back to what could you do right now? The first thing I can do right now, okay, I need to go on Google and look up what does LLC mean, right? So you have to make sure that your goals are actionable and reverse engineer it. And boom, that's the first step to get to, escaping this rat race.
Yeah, and this is, once again, y'all, like, we're doing this based on research. This is actually a proven thing that they use in consulting a lot, and it's called like the 5 whys, right? Because you keep on asking a why until you get to the actual, truth behind the matter. Like, what is the situation at hand? And if you do this and you reverse engineer, a lot of times you're going to find out exactly what Rel said is actually true. So that's step number 1. That's the first thing y'all need to do, right? Number 2, let's talk about it. Cut expenses and live below your means. So we talk about this all the time, right? I'm getting tired of basically drilling this through your head at this point is y'all need a budget, man. Stop trying to impress others, because at the end of the day, you guys could have a great income, right? But if you use that income in a terrible manner, the income's not going to matter, because you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. And we've seen that because it just said people who make 6 figures are still living paycheck to paycheck. So you have to stop trying to impress other people. You have to stop trying to buy those Jordans. Stop trying to take girls out. Stop trying to impress everyone. Because at the end of the day, this is the truth. You have to listen very carefully. People that you're trying to impress are not paying your bills. So when those people are not paying your bills, why are you trying to impress them? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That's my approach on it.
Nah, you're right, bro. It's just like people who, for example, get like a car that they can't really afford. Yeah, it feels good when people say, "Yo, this car is fire, man. Where'd you get this?" Like, that's good for the first 2 weeks. But after that, nobody cares about that car. But you stuck with that car note, though. You know what I mean? You stuck with the fact that now you're really stuck in a rat race because your bills are way more than your income, or they're matching it, your paycheck to paycheck. And so you're really stuck in this rat race miserably, but you got a fancy car. So you lit, right? Like, come on. Like, where the priorities at?
And these are things that an average person, like a person right now, you do not need more money to cut back on your expenses. We always say to budget in the sense of, allocate your expenses, figure out how much you can invest, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, if you make more money, you have less problems in terms of budgeting, right? Because you have more money to allocate. But if you could start with the very basic of cutting your expenses, living below your means, you're off to a great start. Yeah. Number 3, let's talk about it. So we got invest in assets that appreciate in value, and to be mean passively, and automate this. So Rel, what you got?
Yeah, so there's so many different ways to invest, whether it's through real estate, it could be through the stock market, it could be through car rentals, it could be through alternate investments. All these things we've talked about on this channel, so definitely explore our videos because we have a lot of gems on here. But the way to escape the rat race is to make sure that your money is working for you. Your money has to be a soldier going to war for you while you sleep. All right, you are the general, you're chilling. Let your money be the soldiers out there in the battlefield. All right, so like we said, if it's passively, you could literally, for example, in the stock market, set it up in your phone where you have recurring investments into whatever stock you want, or ETF. It will literally take money out of your bank account on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, whatever you want. It will take money out of your bank account and invest into that for you. So now your money is growing while you're chilling. That is fine. That's the best way to do it. In real estate, you can invest passively too. If you don't want to be hands-on on your property, hire a property manager. It's a small cost for what you're going to get out of it. Make sure your numbers work out. And we have a real estate calculator available for you. If you check the link in our description, we have a real estate calculator available for you. All right. So you can put that into your budget as well. Even like car rentals, you can have cars working for you. The car, if you're not using your car, you can have people rent it out, bringing you passive income on a monthly basis. Okay, on a daily basis, really, when it comes to car rentals. So there's so many ways that you can have your hands off, but your money hands on, working for you to bring you that future that you're longing for.
That's a fact. And at the end of the day, we love compound interest. So if you're just investing over time and you're letting that money grow, it could really make you a lot more money than your principal, which is exactly what we want to escape the rat race, right? Let's move on to number 4. Invest in education. I love this one personally, because once again, you can start this today. Like whatever field you have an interest in that you're trying to get to that next level, you need to learn about what that actually includes, what that entails. And the only way you're going to learn is by investing in your education, whether it be networking, which could be free, literally go on LinkedIn and message people, or go to your local shops that they have around the corner and go get to know people, right? Go message your friends and see what's going on around their crowd. That's one way of doing it. Read books, Audible. It's $14 a month. You can check that out. You can invest in courses. We actually have a course that we just rolled out that you guys, if you guys are interested in stock market, you should just message and comment below. So if you're investing in education, it will only help you get to the next level. And you need to do this now so you can escape the rat race.
Yeah, because it's costly to not do it. If you think about it, like the mistakes that you're going to make are going to cost you more money than if you would have just simply put the money up and invested in your education initially. And that's what wise people do. That's what intelligent people do. That's what wealthy people do, is they invest into the people who have the knowledge so that they can get the knowledge from them and then bring value to their own selves now and increase their net worth. It's really a simple formula. People know more than you. Go get the knowledge from them.
That's a fact. And we talked about this in our other video too, the difference between the rich and the poor, right? And one of the biggest things was education. The rich always invest in themselves and the poor, unfortunately, do not. So make sure you check that out if you haven't done so. But last but not least is setting aside time for yourself and making it a non-negotiable. So there's a reason why I love this, but I'm going to let Rel go first. Rel, what you think about it?
Yeah, this is dope because see, we're talking about the rat race, and yes, there's a bunch of steps you have to take right now on the financial side, on the mental side that you got to do, but it's tough. In the meanwhile, while you get yourself out of the rat race, you could still have a feeling of being outside that rat race by simply setting aside time for yourself and make it non-negotiable. Literally, you have to tell yourself like, yo, I don't care what, no matter, nobody can distract me on Friday between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Friday between 7 and 10 is my time. Can't nobody say nothing to me. I don't want to go anywhere. I need time to myself to get away from my work screen, right? The office, whatever it is, because that's going to make you feel like, all right, even though I'm still technically in the rat race, this is my moment to feel like I'm not in the rat race. I think it's healthy, and it also rejuvenates you so that when you get back to your grind, you have a new energy level because you just took time to like charge up. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like a device that's overworked. You got to take time to charge up too. So that's why I love this one, because it's the best way to not be in a rat race while you're in the rat race.
Yeah, and the reason why I love it, I agree with you on that part. The reason why I love it is honestly just because, bro, you need to be creative, right? The only way you're going to be creative is if setting yourself time where you could just think, right? Just think, be in your own field, just take a walk and just relax and breathe. Because Steve Harvey actually said the point that you mentioned right now. It's like, yo, doesn't matter how much it costs. Just when you're traveling, book a first class. Because once you get that feeling of what first class feels like, you're never gonna want to go back. And it's not painful being poor forever and being below minimum wage forever, because you don't know what the other side tastes like. But as soon as you taste what the other side tastes like and you come right back down to reality, you never want to be in reality again. You want to go chase the bag. And that's the thing. Once you get a taste of it and you make it non-negotiable, like, yo, this is what free time feels like. This is what it feels like to do what I want. This is what it feels like to go and take my family out to dinner and not look at the check and just pay. Once you get that feeling, you never want to go back again. So that's what y'all need to do when it comes down to escaping the rat race. And we want to leave you with one key thing right now. So just look at this quote really quickly, right? The one thing I learned is just give everything a shot. You don't want to live in regret. This is by Chloe Kim. She is an Olympic athlete, right? And she knows what it takes to be successful, because being an Olympic athlete is very difficult, as you can imagine, right? So when we think about it, guys, do not live with regret, man. Go after what you want and stop fearing what it could be on the other side. Just escape the rat race. Let's get to it. So if you like this type of video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus that little notification bell, because we drop 2 videos a week and you don't want to miss them. We appreciate you. We'll check you out on Monday. But until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.